of those dogs from the road that has been doing this since like 1976.
Yeah!
And can I take a couple minutes to just give you a couple stories?
Yes!
Like how the first time Freddie and I crossed paths was in 1980. We had done we were all Elton John, Freddie Mercury, Stones. We were all in a book called the Guinness Book of Hits of the 70s.
Yeah!
And everybody who had a hit song in the UK in the 70s were at this big party. And then Elton, of course, had to be the biggest partier. And he had a dinner party at a really nice restaurant in London. And then in 3 of those big old cars like Bentleys and Rolls that he used to drive around all the time, he had 3 of those that in a caravan traveled out of London to that house he used to have in Windsor. I don't know if he still has it. But English roads are really small and tiny, and there was 3 cars, and they were expensive cars, and Freddie and I were in one, and I don't know who else was in the other, Elton and all them people. But we were driving along like this through the roads, and then we got to a place where we made a turn, and I thought it was just a turn onto another road, but it was actually a turn onto Elton's property.
Woo!
And it went like this, and there were no street lights or nothing, and all of a sudden, like in the Dracula movies, you saw dogs come running from the side and following the car, right? And the driver made sure he told us when we stopped at the house, it looked like, I thought we were at Windsor Castle, but we were just in Windsor. It was the house that Elton had. And the driver said, stay in the car until the retainer gets the dogs and gets them out of the way so you don't get chewed up. And Freddie put his hand on my knee and he said, darling, we've done this before. Just listen to the man. He wasn't usually that kind, and he wasn't usually that kind or deferring to someone else, but in this particular situation, Freddie was not driving the car, somebody else, so he deferred. So we got out and we went in, and it was like I was in awe. I was this young kid. I'm a little bit younger than what Freddie would be now. In fact, I'm turning 62 fucking years old.
Yeah!
So we all went in, and there was cocktails and every other thing that people had in 1980. And Elton, of course. If y'all had time for a minute,
tell the truth now.
It explains a little bit of why Freddie Mercury was so important to me. He's a Virgo like me. His birthday is my birthday is next Saturday, a week tomorrow. So for about 5 years in a row, he and I celebrated our birthdays together here in New York City.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
And anybody that was alive in 1977, 78, 79, 81, you know, it was a wild time.
Yeah!
Especially if you were in Village People and seriously. Or if you were in Village People and the Queen. It was a wild time.
Yes!
But so we had a great time at Elton's, and of course Elton had to show off his jewelry and show us the safe that he puts it in, which was the size of my bedroom. And that was my first meeting with Freddie. Afterwards, subsequent to that, for about the next 4 or 5 years, he would come to my birthday party, I'd go to his, and then we'd have one together here. And we'd end up, after each of the parties, in a stretch limo. Now those were the days, right, when probably the record company was paying for it. In a stretch limo after the party, trolling down through the village, going to Uncle Charlie's downtown. And,
doing what?
And some of those great clubs there used to be.
Doing what?
But Freddie Mercury was a friend. I can honestly say I loved him dearly. I saw him the last couple of years of his life. He went through a lot. Freddie Mercury is one of the very best, if, in my opinion, he is the very best voice in rock.
Yes!
And that's coming from somebody who was born in 1952, the year rock and roll began, baby! Seriously. Freddie Mercury Mercury had the greatest voice I've ever heard. He could sing.
Absolutely.
The breadth of his voice, his range was
unbelievable.
incredible. What he communicated was incredible. How he did it was incredible. And if you ever saw him perform in the Garden or in one of the great arenas that he performed in, like no one else. Like no one else. And today is Freddie Mercury's birthday. When they asked me to be here, they said, "Can you do something? Can you tell us something that nobody else knows? You know, that other people haven't heard." There's one little thing I can do that.
Are you gonna spit water on us? Are you gonna put water on us?
Can I say one thing?
Ready to get wet? There goes my camera. Oh, you watch it! Oh shit! Do it! Do it!
This is really camp. Every year at Freddie's birthday, I would sing this to him. Who can turn the world on with your smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, Freddie, and you know it. With each smile and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, don't need to waste it. You can just tell, come on and take it. You're gonna make it after all. Happy birthday, Freddie! Okay, we're going to continue on with another lady who knew what it was like to know people on the Casablanca film and record works label. Come on out here, girl. Lydia Chris!
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm sure you're all wondering, what the hell is she doing up here? What does she have to do with Queen?
Raffle.
Well, I'm probably the person that has seen Queen the most. I mean, in the early days, I used to be backstage. I loved the band. They're my favorite band of all time. And of course, Freddie had. I mean, Randy already said it, but I was going to say it anyway. Freddie is a known fact that he has the best voice in rock and roll. I did meet Freddie, and he was a sweetheart to me. I met the rest of the band. I used to hang out backstage, and they have given me so much joy in my life through their songs that I'm here tonight to give away two photos that you saw earlier.
Yes!
Yeah, that's my photo from Madison Square Garden. I have an 2 8x10s back there. That was in October of 1980. And I also have one of my books. I wrote a book called Sealed with a Kiss. It's not about Queen, but Queen is in it. Okay. And that's up for auction also. And I am selling my book, and there will be a part of the proceeds will be going to the Mercury Phoenix Trust. For Freddie's name. Okay, I want you to all have a good time tonight, and I just want to wish Freddie a happy birthday.